It's the final day of this 2025 Big Easy Classic. Jude Young with you to bring you the first of two games here to wrap things up at the Alario Center in Westwego, Louisiana. And it is perhaps the most enticing game of this tournament, a big cat fight, if you will, between the Panthers of High Point coming in at 6-1 and College of Charleston, the Cougars, at 6-0 on the year. These are two mid-majors picked to win their leagues. High Point, the Big South, where they've already won 3 of the last 5 regular season championships, and College of Charleston, a defending champion out of the Coastal Athletic Association. Really good ball clubs, NCAA tournament hopes. And this should be a matchup to watch today that we're excited to bring you via CrescentCitySports.com on our free YouTube channel. We'll now pause for the playing of our national anthem. Both of these teams 1-0 in this event, and it's not a tournament-style elimination play, if you will, but both impressive victories, starting with the one on Thanksgiving Day where College of Charleston, coming into this one with a day rest, routed New Mexico State 72-42, and High Point yesterday able to handle the in-state school out of the 5 teams participating in the Big Easy Classic, Louisiana's Raging Cajuns. That one 77-62, and for the Panthers, the star attraction was Macy Spencer. 9 made threes, a career-high 31 points. The 5'8 junior out of Katy, Texas, is a sharpshooter that College of Charleston will have to keep their eyes on at all times. And on the flip side, High Point's got to deal with the Cougars' outstanding twin sisters, Taylor Barbeau and Taryn Barbeau. They were both terrific against New Mexico State. Taylor, the point guard, Taryn, the conference player of the year, an absolute star, who scored 18 to lead College of Charleston in that win on Thanksgiving Day. Other players to watch, as we see Nevaeh Zavala, the preseason player of the year in the Big South, announced. She does her work mostly in the paint. And Aaliyah Collins is terrific as well for HPU. And she started the season with 2 consecutive Big South Player of the Week honors. Meanwhile, others to watch for the Cougars, Tyler Beans, who scored 14 on Thursday, a 5'11 junior. Good scorer and rebounder, very versatile inside and out. And Grace Azabilo, a beast on the boards. 11 or more rebounds in every game so far this season for the 6'1 junior. Game number 2 today, by the way, will be those Raging Cajuns we mentioned against Fresno State to wrap up the event. That one's scheduled for a 2:30 tip-off. Designated home team for this one, High Point wearing the white uniforms with the purple trim numbers, etc. And going to battle, College of Charleston going with the black unis today. Will be interesting to watch College of Charleston and their ability to turn you over. They'll go with some full court pressure, maybe a lot of it today that High Point will have to deal with. Once High Point gets into the half court, though, they space the floor extremely well. Year number 2 of this Big Easy Classic, and really excited to be a part of it. World Sports Travel putting on the event, and something that can be a showcase here on a busy weekend, sports and otherwise, in the Crescent City every year. The opening tap is won by College of Charleston, and we're underway with Taylor Barbeau, the 5'9" junior, at the point, and High Point picking up in man defense. Here is Beans, and now in the hands of Barbeau, who has it knocked away. High Point denying penetration so far, but Beans finds a lane to the bucket and misses the runner off the glass. Chance to take off down the floor ahead of the pack, and the first points for High Point cashed in by Brecken Snotherly, the East Tennessee State transfer, a 5'10" junior. And that's a great way to avoid dealing with full court pressure. Take the long rebound and go off to the races. Grace has a Bielo, number 22, the name to watch in the post for the Cougars. That's a kick to the corner for the three, and Taryn Barbeau, you don't see that very often. The air ball on the three. Now we talked about that defense from the Cougars creating the steal, and Beans has her shot rejected. The hustle back by Macy Spencer. More than just a shooter there. So the steal by Sophia Tugas, and again, even after a make or a miss, it doesn't matter. The Cougars will pressure you in the backcourt and try to create havoc. Fumble of the catch by Tugas. Out of the double team she goes to Barbeau. That's Taylor to Taryn, who drives and scores her first two. Averaging nearly 22 points a game for the Cougars, Taryn Barbeau, who's involved in this trap here, and we have a held ball on the sideline as Snotherly dribbled herself right into trouble and created that third defender via the out-of-bounds line, with the arrow pointing the way of the Panthers. Aaliyah Collins at the point, a graduate student out of Snohomish, Washington, played at two different colleges, Chicago State and Grand Canyon, and a star now in her third year at HPU. She's going to work on the bounce against Beans and will go to the line. And that's a tough guard for Beans in space. Collins shifty at 5'6". And what are they going to say? They're going to say not a shooting foul. That's interesting. Looked like she was starting to rise up. Supposed to get more of that continuation this year in college basketball, but not happening there. The inbounds leads to a three in the corner by Spencer, and she rarely missed one of those yesterday. Now Taylor Barbeau goes behind the back, flips it to Beans, who has it stripped away. The quick hands by Spencer. Chance to go 2-on-1, and Snotherly again ahead of the pack, but not able to finish that time. Taryn Barbeau, seeing a couple of defenders, will slow up on the sideline. Kick it into the lane for about a 14-footer straight away, and as Bielo not able to knock that one down. But the faster the pace, I think the Cougars would enjoy that. Collins into the corner, wide open for the three is good. A splashdown for Anna Hager, the 6-foot senior from Sweden. And the first three of the ball game knocked down by a Panther team. And it shoots 33% from outside. But those wide open looks, the inside out, the percentage is surely even higher as Taryn Barbeau goes to work. The step back and the 17-footer. She's shown her ability to drive, now able to stop on the dribble and convert for her second bucket. 5-4 here early. Feels like two evenly matched teams and looks like it so far. Now a bad pass and some miscommunication there as Hager was cutting and Collins threw it away. Barbeau passes up 1-3 and goes to the corner for another, and Tugas off the side of the glass. Now numbers the other way, spotting up the three as an air ball. And Spencer not on target like she was in the first game for the Panthers here. Now Collins passing out to Hager, who chased down the long rebound. She'll try the step through, and a great pass to the cutter on the baseline. Missed layup, though, as Nevaeh Zavala not able to put it home when we get a foul called underneath. It will be a foul on Grace Ezebielo, her first personal. Collins looking for somebody to come open. Now it's Spencer who tries to show her ability off the dribble behind the back and misses the bank opportunity. And then to Cougars not able to communicate well there and lose it out of bounds. Taylor Barbeau and Sophia Tugas getting their wires crossed. Another chance added on this end for HPU. Spencer, Collins, and Zavala, all really good scoring action. And it's that time on the switch, able to drive to the bucket and draw the foul off the dribble is Spencer. So after missing her first couple of long-range jumpers, Spencer trying to make it happen on the bounce. Coming in averaging exactly 18 points a game. We mentioned Collins right behind her at 17.9. Balanced scoring after that, though. A lot of good contributions in the rotation. Right in the heart of the defense, Snotherly puts it on the deck and scores it. She's got 4 early points. The lead is 3 for High Point. This feels like a preview of a postseason style game for both of these teams. Tugas, the lefty dribble, has the height advantage and pulls the trigger, but no in the lane. Collins rips it down, looking to attack. The bounce pass to Snotherly, who's in a bit of trouble here, keeps her balance and finds Collins the touch pass for the lay-in. That's beautiful basketball as Anna Hager, on another dime from Collins, makes it a 5-point lead for HPU, and a timeout called by College of Charleston to discuss matters as we take the break from the Big Easy Classic. High Point 9, College of Charleston 4. Good action in Westwego so far. This will be the best basketball game for women I see all year. Not even going to be close. So an early 5-point advantage for High Point. Anna Hager with 5 to pace the Panthers so far, and Brecken Snotherly with the other 4 points. Meanwhile, Taryn Barbeau with the 4 points so far for the Cougars. We're going to have had a harder time of it in the half court, but Taylor Barbeau can create all by herself. Didn't get the roll on the rim. Able to tie up Hager, though, and the Cougars will keep it underneath. The Barbeau twins can both attack off the dribble. But High Point with the early ball movement advantage, getting quality looks. On the inbound, though, a scorer getting a look like that usually results in a splashdown and make it High Point 9, Taryn Barbeau 7. It's a pretty good three-point shooter on top of everything else, coming in at 38%. Collins stops in the paint, back to Snotherly. And we saw College of Charleston get off to a slow start with their defensive activity on Thursday, getting a stop there on the missed shot by Collins. Chance to tie or take the lead for the Cougars. Dribble drive across the lane and the missed layup. Fighting for it as a Bilo, but Hager comes up with the loose ball after the miss. It was Danielle McTeer who missed on the other end, and now High Point turns it over. So Collins will try to make things happen, but in that time force the issue. High Point shooting just 27%, but still with the 2-point advantage. This time McTeer will shoot on that catch on the far sideline. Off back rim, Hager rips away the board. Snotherly triggering a 3-on-2, and Collins will stop and pop from the right wing. And the high rebound grab by Ezebilo. Getting the pace up here. See how the Cougars enjoy that. As Taryn Barbeau, almost stripped, recovers and leans in for the banker. So big game time. Taryn Barbeau is getting it done. 4 of 5 shooting, already 9 points. High Point quickly the other way, and Hager drains her second 3. So the Panthers not afraid to attack right back in transition, and the 3 ball the reason for this 12-9 lead. Now it's Taylor Barbeau who draws the foul on Collins. You can see Collins taking the moment to catch her breath there with this two-way action, called for her first personal. And it's the first foul of the game on High Point. Ezebilo getting a break during the dead ball. Right back to work. Taryn Barbeau, that time not able to find the angle. High Point the other way with Shana Pashish, the native of Mozambique. Another quality veteran on this Panther roster. To the wing, Zavala, handoff to Collins. Still plenty of time to work with on the shot clock as she puts it on the deck, left of the lane, and scores off the glass. First bucket for Aaliyah Collins. You'd like to see, when you watch these teams play, both of them wind up being dangerous NCAA tournament teams. Out of control there as Taylor Barbeau tried to save it on the baseline and couldn't. Claiming that she got fouled on the lean-in. The officials, for the most part, letting them play here early. Hager, after a hot start, gets a breather, and Macy Spencer returns for the Panthers. What you need is an experienced lead guard to be able to deal with pressure, and you see College of Charleston less aggressive than we saw on Thanksgiving Day. Now we got a foul away from the ball and a hold called around the foul line. 2 Cougars had Spencer surrounded, and the personal will go on Taryn Barbeau. And that's team foul number 4 of the quarter called against the Cougars, so the Panthers will work it in on the baseline. Collins gets it back, had to reestablish herself, and then misses a pretty wide open look from 10. Tugas looking to probe baseline. And eventually gets a good angle to shoot, but misses a little long after the Spencer rebound. Here comes Collins. She finds another hustling teammate down the floor. The save on the baseline, and the line drive 3 won't go for Zavala, as Dom Neslin decided not to shoot that one in the paint. Other way quickly and wipe out the bucket. The foul on the floor will go on HPU. Collins called for a second foul, so that could be significant here with 2:04 in the quarter. And she will come out of the ball game as a result. That could change the look of things for HBU as Barbeau, the catch and shoot 3 off the inbound. And the rebound. Another one for Spencer, who's been busy on the boards early. That's her 3rd. Neslin now smotherly able to score. No, a little short. She's been attacking off the bounce quite a bit here in this first quarter. Down 5. The sisters combined. Taryn for 3 on the feed from Taylor. Got the defense to collapse. And you think they've been playing ball together a little while, as now Snotherly the other way called for the travel. I think that kind of chemistry you can't coach. Ezebilo returns. And Marissa Brown, a 6-foot senior, spelled her for a couple minutes. Late stages of this first quarter. As College of Charleston yet to have a lead in this one. Could get one now on the corner bomb. The Barbeau sisters creating. And that time Danielle McTeer able to splash down a 1-point lead. Now the other way, trying to get it right back. Guess who? Macy Spencer. With her first field goal, and of course it's a 3. She takes more than half of her shots from 3 on the season. Now 1 of 3 from deep so far. Taylor Barbeau in the paint, scores it. Now, she doesn't have to deal with Aaliyah Collins defensively, and she wants to go right at a challenge Dom Nesslin. 5 seconds between shot and game clock, but it's not gonna batter. Nesslin with the lefty finish. What do you do when teams are attacking you with pressure? You attack right back. High Point has done that. Holding for the final shot. Taylor Barbeau. Able to throw it up somehow and hit the rim. No, loose ball in the air, and that'll do it for this opening quarter. Well, Taryn Barbeau on fire for College of Charleston with 12 points. But Anna Hager with 8 to lead a High Point squad that takes a 2-point lead into quarter number 2 as we take the timeout here at the Big Easy Classic. High Point shooting so far 44% from the field to just 33 for College of Charleston. Both teams 3 of 7 from deep. And an evenly played game with the Panthers enjoying possession and the 2-point edge to start this second quarter. Zavala gets it back on the far sideline. Now Snotherly. Zavala stepping out, so you have Spencer and Collins on the bench. Who steps up and scores it? Nealon will try the long 3. And the board bouncing right to the hip. And a chance for Leah Philpotts to try to create at the point to start this period. But doesn't have to, as the other key point guard for this team gets a great opportunity and missed by Taylor Barbeau. Sharing the basketball on the line drive 3 off target for Zavala. So getting open looks from outside, a lot of it coming from passes out from the paint for HPU. Now off one leg, no good, but what a tap in. Taylor Barbeau making that look easy on the follow. And then we have a foul right away as Spencer out there gets hit. Hager returns. Makes a lot of sense to bring her back in, a perfect 3 for 3 from the floor. Tied at 19 in a game we figured had the potential to be a nail-biter. So far, so good with high quality performing Just as I say that, Spencer dribbles it off her foot. Still with possession, here's Spencer again. Tries to get by McTeer. The baseline J from 8 is good. Handled the physicality chest to chest there, and what can you say? More than just a long-range score. Now Taylor Barbeau. Finds her sister, but no. Up ahead, Snotherly. Boy, she's good at getting ahead of the field and gets another lay-in for her effort. And that time, Pashish able to find her in transition. Lead back to 4. The biggest was 5 for HPU. Now Philpotts loses it, and we get an offensive foul called on top of that. Quick hands to strip it to start things off, and then Pashish drew the player control foul. As she'll exit for the moment. We see Peyton Gertis, a 6-foot redshirt sophomore. Nestlin trying to deal with Philpotts. Snotherly. Hager now back to Nestlin. Spacing around the perimeter. First touch by Gertis. Now Hager will dribble in and miss her first shot of the contest. Barbeau had 7 rebounds on Thursday. Loves this style of game, having room to work with in transition. Will go to the stripe for what will be the first free throws of this game with 7:12 to go in the second quarter. Also Barbeau in the win over New Mexico State. Scoring 18 points, nothing new, and it was really her sister Taylor who got the team going on the offensive end before the defense took over, forcing 28 turnovers in the win. And doing exactly what she does so consistently. Taryn Barbeau with 14 points already. Nestlin, a trapping look, a 1-2-1-1. No problem for HPU, and now Snotherly had the open teammate underneath, kicked it out instead, and the missed 3 by Nealon. Taylor Barbeau to her cutting sister, and it's knocked away. The quick hands by Snotherly. Spot up in transition for 3, and that one short for Spencer, and it's out of bounds to College of Charleston. HPU had to deal with the Raging Cajuns team yesterday that didn't go away, and College of Charleston has the day rest. Will that benefit this Cougar squad? After the hezzy, the drive leads to a strip, and HPU comes up with it. Again, inside out, the feed to Snotherly. Now she finds Hager spotting up. And the 3 is short, and lately the long-range shot's not falling for HPU. Meanwhile, College of Charleston hasn't scored in 3 minutes, and they turn it over again. That time Barbeau shuffles the feet. So both teams falling off a bit here in the second quarter with 6:02 to go. And if you're College of Charleston, you'd like to make hay with Aaliyah Collins on the bench for the Panthers. Fumble handoff, and that will be an over and back as Spencer had a right foot crossover. And that's the benefit of ball pressure. And you've got a game here where not a lot of whistles are coming, so if you're the Cougars, you sort of want to test that. See just how much you can get away with. Take the delay here and allow Danielle McTeer the Coppin State transfer, also played 3 years at William & Mary, so you got another veteran 5-year college player. College of Charleston, an experienced bunch. Same can be said for HBU, and that explains the high expectations. Barbeau. That's Taryn to Taylor, who beats the shot clock and misses off back iron. The save on the floor, HBU very lucky to get that one back without giving up an easy bucket. But Snotherly, after the rebound, will again drive and kick. Inside Gertis, the flip won't go. She gets it back, though, and scores with the left hand. She took it right away from Ezebilo. Anytime a post brings the ball down to the waist, they're in danger of moments just like that. Now Taylor Barbeau, the strong move on the pull-up. And again, they're not calling a lot, so Snotherly sort of said, hey, where's the foul? Not coming. The High Point lead back down to 2. And this one's thrown away. Gertis was stepping in, and the expectation there was clearly by Nestlin that a spot up was happening behind her as we get a timeout with 4:41 to go in this opening half. And High Point and College of Charleston without much separation so far. A 2-point game here in the Big Easy Classic. Matt Merritt producing, Jude Young with the call of the action for you as teams with cool shooting here in the second quarter. And just a 2-point game as College of Charleston only led by 1 briefly, trying to tie it up and not getting the bounce. Almost another tap follow, though, by Taylor Barbeau. Turnaround on another Cougar offensive rebound. Wouldn't drop either. After McTeer miss, up the floor we go. And a pass out for the open 3, Spencer. Not having the shooting day she had before. Actually, it was Camilla DePoole, the 5'7" sophomore, had that second opportunity getting her first action here for College of Charleston. Taryn Barbeau hits another 3. So Barbeau was ready to go today. And she hits her second 3-ball. Actually make it 3rd in 5 tries, and she's got 17 of her team's 26 points. Second time she's given the Cougars a 1-point advantage. Gertis on the right wing. Nestlin next to her will drive in the pretty reverse. The threats on the floor to be able to shoot it means you can open up one side of the court like that. And it's up to you. And Gertis now with 4 points off the bench. McTeer, the fake left, the drive right, the lefty finish. Smooth as you like. And there's the benefit of the Barbeau sisters out there on the court. Create space as well. The Coastal Athletic Conference favorites with the 1-point advantage over the favorites in the Big South. Collins back out there. And they're going to say last touch by the Cougars as she fought off a defender looking for Spencer on the wing. Niley Cortez sees her first action for College of Charleston during the dead ball. McTeer gets a breather. Nevaeh Zavala with the handoff for a Spencer three that's buried. Great way to get a shooter open instead of setting a screen with them on the ball. Just create the screen via the handoff. See a lot of that in the modern game. The other way, falling down. And a tough attempt by DePoole. 3-on-2 the other way, and Neslin, the beneficiary of the bounce pass from Collins. Another spurt for High Point, making their last 3 shots from the field. Now Taylor Barbeau, she's looked to go to work on anybody guarding her and had a lot of shots within 10 feet not fall. And now we have a foul called up the floor, getting physical. And Cortez is the culprit for the Cougars. HPU head coach Chelsea Banbury in her 7th year. Former player and assistant at Florida Gulf Coast. Building a power in the Big South. Collins from the mid-post with 2 defenders around her, tried to go under. Here comes Philpotts the other way. Has the trailer. The rainbow three is short. Maybe a step out of the range there for DePoole. Collins sizing things up. The kick to the corner. The sharing pass to Spencer, another 3-ball. And the run continues. Spencer now with 3 trays. Has a team high 11. The lead a game high 7 for HPU. Taryn Barbeau is stripped. Had a loose dribble there. And the quick hands by Gertis. HPU looking to keep the momentum going here late in the second quarter. Gertis needs help after pulling up the bounce. Here's Collins. The handoff from Zavala at the high post. Nearly stripped Collins into the corner, and the three's an air ball. High Point can use a good look here as Philpotts finds Taryn Barbeau, and she flipped it up and got it back after it was touched by HPU, so not a turnover. Shot clock down to 8. Around the screen and the wing 3, Philpotts misses everything. HPU doesn't secure the rebound, but just 1 second to shoot for College of Charleston. So catch and shoot is what they need here with 27.3 to go. Like to get somebody cutting to the basket. We'll see if Ezebilo can free up Barbeau. College of Charleston aware of it, and that shot wouldn't have counted even if it went down. We don't have tenths of a second on the shot clock here, but that was definitely a little less than a second to go. Now it's High Point who can hope for the final shot. Going to the locker room with at least a 7-point advantage. Neslin will dribble the clock down as much as she can before initiating. It's down to 8 now. Zavala, the 3 from the corner off back iron. A rebound and a chance to launch one to beat the clock. And Gertis off back rim. But High Point finishes the first half on an 8-0 run over the last 2:48. As College of Charleston went cold from the floor and didn't score in the last 3:20 of the second quarter. The result, a lead into the locker room for the Panthers of 7 points. And College of Charleston shooting just 30% in the game. And it's the High Point looks that have been a little better, and the transition buckets coming a little easier in the opening 20 minutes. We'll be back for the second half. Give you a little look at the first half numbers beforehand, but take the break with us here on YouTube as it's High Point 35, College of Charleston 28. High Point with the 7-point lead as we approach the start of the third quarter. The Panthers shooting 41% in the opening half and hitting 5 threes. Meanwhile, College of Charleston struggled from the floor a bit more, 30% shooting, 4 of 11 from downtown. Just 2 free throws shot in the first half, both made by the Cougars. Rebounding about even, a 1 board edge for High Point. Points in the paint, though, favoring High Point by 6, part of the equation with the 7-point advantage. And we talked about turnovers. Would College of Charleston be able to create offense out of that? Both teams with 7 turnovers so far in the first half, although College of Charleston holds a 6-point edge in points off of turnovers. What will be the adjustments? Well, for College of Charleston, they just haven't been getting as good a looks in the half court, although the Barbeau sisters have taken it upon themselves to create off the bounce. For HPU, you don't really want to change much. The shot quality clearly better for the Panthers, who are trying to hand the Cougars their first loss of the season. The only defeat for a High Point coming at Houston before they came to this tournament. A 10-point loss in the end to a Big 12 squad in what was their first road game. Perhaps the most impressive win over East Carolina out of the American, a convincing 84-68 triumph. College of Charleston down 7, gets the ball first. Taylor Barbeau will initiate the possession here with Aaliyah Collins again matched up with her. Taryn Barbeau had 17 points in the first half with a touch of the ball. Sophia Tugas, and now back to Taylor Barbeau. Trying to get past Collins. Finds her sister for the corner 3. The rattle out. Offensive board, though, in the paint. And Danielle McTeer will dribble it out and try to go to work. Steps through, misses the chippy. Another offensive rebound for McTeer, though. Barbeau behind the back, going at Snotherly, has it stripped away. The loose ball chased down by Macy Spencer. So getting into the paint, but again, the shooting struggles. Clear on the first possession with 3 misses. Collins around the screen by Zavala with the reverse. Biggest lead yet for HPU. A lot of standing around here early in offensive possessions for the Cougars. Sophia Tugas to the top of the arc. Taryn Barbeau leans in, rejected by Spencer. She would have been better just rising straight up and shooting that one. Collins in traffic. To the wing, Spencer the 3. Back rim miss. Barbeau felt the presence of Collins nicely and sets up her teammate for the transition bucket. Really good basketball, knowing where people are on the floor as Marissa Brown gets the lay-in. Taylor Barbeau, just a superb point guard. Anna Hager, who had a hot shooting start to the game, misses the 3, gets it back on the save. Collins, a good matchup against Tugas, but not able to finish. Transition mistake there, but Taryn Barbeau misses the wide open 3. Just a cold shooting game. It's warming up here in New Orleans after a cold Thanksgiving. Now Collins is fouled from behind. The reach after being beaten on the floor by Taryn Barbeau. That's her second foul here at the 7:29 mark of the period. Once again, back and forth play with very few whistles. First foul of the third quarter. Spencer with the catch and the 13-footer, and she was a little flat-footed there and didn't get the rise she wanted. Taylor Barbeau in front of her bench. Now Taryn Barbeau. Brown wanted it in the post, didn't get it. McTeer's going to try to create the spin on the pivot. The fadeaway is good. did enough to get the defender Zavala off balance. Excuse me, a correction for me. That was Tyler Beans, who had 15 yesterday, her first bucket today. And once again, you see High Point. They make such good decisions in transition, and really Collins, a big reason why, as she comes up with her 5th assist. Hager in double figures with 10. Taylor Barbeau, though, able to shoot it and score it over Collins, who was claiming there was a forearm push-off there. But the officials consistent, letting them play. Collins right down the middle. She didn't complain very long. Then she decided to go get that bucket right back. 6 points for her now. High Point continues to have answers here. Taylor Barbeau continues to want to go at Collins and scores again in the lane. So Taylor Barbeau now with 10 points. Looking to score now more than create, as she thinks she has the edge physically on Collins in the one-on-one matchup. Hager cuts in front of Collins. She'll go at Taryn Barbeau. She'll flip it up. And the rebound by Barbeau. Up the sideline, Tugas. And now a setup in the half-court look with 5:50 to go in the period, trailing by 5 for the Cougars. Collins nearly stripped Barbeau, who then traveled with it. Took the extra step, looking for her sister on the left wing. Dom Neslin checks in for HPU. See the battle of the guards here heating up in the third period. Snutherly, who had a good first half, finds Neslin for 3. On the long board, Taryn Barbeau has to get by Collins, fortunate to keep possession, or College of Charleston. Now Taylor Barbeau will get a downhill look and has her defender fall down, still short on the 10-footer. Save on the baseline. Nicely done by Spencer. Here comes Collins, has a teammate to her right, but will score it instead with the left hand. Leah Collins stepping up to the challenge here in the battle of point guards. And draws the offensive foul. The 3rd foul of the game on Taryn Barbeau. She argued for the push-off earlier against Taylor Barbeau. She gets it against her twin sister, as a timeout comes with 4:53 to go in the period. High Point, like they did at halftime, holding the 7-point lead. Both teams 4 of 10 shooting here in the third quarter. Even Steven, as a result, resulting in the 7-point edge for the Panthers of High Point University. And we'll keep an eye on Taryn Barbeau, who's guarding the inbounds here in the backcourt with her 3 fouls. So she'll have to be a little less in the risk-taking side defensively to try to avoid the 4th. They desperately need her on the floor with her sister, Taylor. They have 27 of the 36 points for College of Charleston. Much more balance for High Point, with Collins the orchestrator, missing the jumper that time. She's looked for her shot lately. Taylor Barbeau looks to get by her down the floor. After the lost dribble, she'll go to the line. And on the flip side, that's the third personal on Aaliyah Collins. Taylor Barbeau has shown she can score the basketball. Came in averaging over 8 assists per game. And she misses off back iron. And true to form, she has 4 today. Taylor, second leading scorer at 12.8 points per game. And a 73% free throw shooter, settles for splitting the trip. Collins will deal with a different defender here and a little more size, but then on the switch, Tugas will try to deal with her. Backs off, and the three gets almost. The friendly high bounce. Taylor Barbeau starting off on the logo of the Alario Center on the left side, coming in the middle of the hand to her sister. Neslin the assignment defensively there. Beans with the extra step. Been a tough day for Taja Beans. She hasn't gotten many touches, scored her only bucket here in the quarter. And again, not the balance in scoring that we saw so far here from HPU, as Collins is definitely looking to score the ball now. And maybe a frustration after the miss and a very silly foul in the backcourt. That is really surprising for Aaliyah Collins, a veteran guard, to make that kind of mistake, getting her 4th foul with 3:37 to go in the third quarter. Now, HBU played well with her off the floor in the first half, but that could change the momentum of this game. We'll see. Snotherly will guard the point guard, Barbeau. The 2 guard, Taryn Barbeau, misses in traffic, gets her own rebound, can't convert again. Just a wall of white shirts there. And that's how you do it. You just go straight up and avoid the whistle. Neslin fouled underneath. And that whistle will go against Tugas. So Don Neslin, the 5'9" sophomore out of Phoenix, Arizona, with the first free throw up and in. Started 1 game this year, has appeared in all 8. Came in just 4 of 9 at the free throw line, but you wouldn't know it there. Her first 2 points of the contest. Annalise Rowland, who scored 6 points on Thursday, the 5'9" freshman, now out on the floor for College of Charleston, maybe trying to provide a little bit more spacing on the perimeter. Barbeau, after a collision with Snotherly, recovers, puts her shoulder down, misses the runner. And Hager clears for the Panthers. We'll look for the double-digit lead here. Hager, the fake. Quick ball movement, 4 touches of the ball by different Panthers early in the shot clock. Pashish running interference. Snotherly with the shot clock at 8 will hand to Spencer. Macy Spencer has her pull-up shot blocked. Didn't have the room there to pull the trigger late in the clock. College of Charleston with the beautiful pass down low and the foul called. The vision there for Taylor Barbeau. And Marissa Brown will shoot a pair of free throws for an incisive cut. Second foul on Spencer, as the team fouls now even at 3 in the quarter. Spencer will come out of the ball game. Got banged around a little bit there, might be hurting a bit, and will get a chance to compose herself on the HPU bench. Brown averaging about 11 minutes per game 4 of 7 at the line on the season. First one rims out on. Three points a game, her average. Getting an opportunity here in a very big non-conference game. Both teams looking for a quality win. The second short, but the College of Charleston rebound. Taylor Barbeau matched up with Hager. Spin cycle, but the jumper, no. Offensive rebound, put back, no. Brown doing work, she gets another, then throws it away. Snotherly, chance to go one-on-one with Barbeau, should back off here with the foul trouble. Instead, she gets the block. She kept her distance and got the rejection. Now she'll try to get a three ball on the other end and hits. Taryn Barbeau, an absolute standout player. Her fourth three, she's got a double-double. 20 points, 10 rebounds already. Stars doing star work. Now Neslin to Snotherly, who passes up the open jumper. Pashish leading to the Hager three that's long, but the long rebound for Pashish. Thought to shoot another, now Hager gets it back to her from the top of the arc. Hager, the baseline drive with 6 to shoot. The dish intended for Snotherly, knocked out of bounds underneath. 4 seconds to work with on the possession. Brown, the latest to come to a bench, grimacing a little bit, getting a little more physical here in the second half. High Point needs to pull the trigger quickly if they can. It goes underneath, but not a spot to shoot there. Pashish created space, and they say play on. Surprised that wasn't a shot clock violation, but the Cougars came up with the rebound anyway. Trying to get a little closer here before the end of the third. Azabilo screen helping Barbeau get a look. Azabilo follows. No. Another chance. And a foul on the floor. And that's significant because it's only the 4th team foul of the period. As Pashish is called for the personal, her first. Shot clock goes to 20 with 33.8 to go in the period. And College of Charleston continuing to struggle, even getting good looks in the lane. Taryn Barbeau, the only one who hasn't struggled a lot, but she misses one from point blank too. Now it's High Point with the shot clock off. If they choose, can slow it down, and they do indeed choose. As Neslin will hold and let the clock tick down. High Point entered the period with a 7-point lead. They'll finish the period on top, but by how much? Neslin on the switch against Barbeau. Gets the step, gets the layup with a second to spare. Dom Neslin right down the middle. And we played even in that third period as both teams making just one shot down the stretch, combining for 2 of 18, but that works for High Point because they're playing from ahead as we go to the fourth quarter here at the 2025 Big Easy Classic. High Point with the 7-point edge as we go to quarter number 4. And really, it's been a game where the Panthers have played from the lead throughout most of the contest. Biggest edge for College of Charleston, just a single point on a couple of occasions in the second quarter, despite Taryn Barbeau with 20 points. Although she's just 7 of 19 from the field, and no question the Panthers have made the Cougars work for most of their looks. Hager holding as HPU enjoys the first possession of the fourth. Zavala top of the key. Neslin, the jab step, trying to get to her right, it appears, nothing doing. Snutherly back to her. Again the fake. Cut off by Beans with a little help D. Snutherly trying to beat the clock as an air ball. Again with Collins with 4 fouls on the bench. HPU in the half court will have to work for their looks. Taryn Barbeau to Taylor Barbeau, who goes behind the back into the paint. Once again, her drives and shots deep aren't going. She loses a shoe, but College of Charleston will keep possession. And yes, both Taylor and Taryn Barbeau, who have a combined 31 points, can make things happen off the dribble. But 16 made shots today, only 5 assists for the Cougars. A lot of one-on-one going on here. Taryn Barbeau, though, can thrive in that environment, but she shoots an air ball. Beans with the loose ball in the baseline. The fake, the layup too strong. And if College of Charleston can't rally in this game, they're going to look back at all the point-blank opportunities they simply couldn't put in. Hager. Now back to Neslin. Zavala and into the corner, Snutherly. Patience in the shot clock. And finally a good look on the inside. Out for 3 as Anna Hager hits her 3rd triple of the game and has a team-high 13 points. The native of Sweden. A key sharpshooter. She and Spencer have hit 3 trays apiece to account for the long-range offense for HPU. The long-range offense, like everything else, not working too well for College of Charleston. They get the rebound, but Hager rejects Barbeau. Spencer the other way. Leads to an open 3. Hager, splash down. Timeout, College of Charleston. High Point with the first 6 points of the period, all by Anna Hager. And the lead, a baker's dozen as we take the break. And High Point looking for win number 7 in 8 tries on the season, up 53-40 here at the Big Easy Classic. High Point holding College of Charleston to just 21% shooting in the second half and 0 of 5 in this quarter. Just 26% from the field for the Cougars in the game. They need to try to find a way to turn this one around, now trailing by 13. Taryn Barbeau trying to do the heavy lifting. Passed it off to Beans, who's stripped. Neslin playing really well off the bench when the Panthers have needed her minutes today, with Collins dealing with foul issues. Operating the offense patiently. Peyton Gertis under pressure, able to get it to Hager. Now it's Spencer, who's shown she can create off the dribble. The pull-up is perfect. Went right at a good defender, and Taylor Barbeau got her off balance and hit the 12-footer. 13 points for Macy Spencer. The lead is 15 now for HPU. And able to get 2 back, Taryn Barbeau now has 22. But the whole offense for the Cougars in this game are the Barbeau twins seemingly trying to make it happen off the dribble. While HPU is showing that sharing is caring and everybody getting involved, including Neslin, who maybe tested her luck a little bit there trying the post up. Barbeau downhill, drawing extra attention. Her sister Taylor, the kick for the long-range 3, and that's what College of Charleston needed. Annalise Rollin, her first bucket. As Taylor Barbeau able to find an open teammate. They're going to need more of that to rally. 5 straight points for the Cougars. And how much time does HPU buy for Collins? As Hager drives and goes to the line. As long as Anna Hager keeps coming up with big moments and big buckets, they can buy plenty of time. Rowland called for her first foul. Tugas in and Taylor Barbeau out here at the 6:15 mark. Have to wonder how long her rest will be. This is the first time she's gone to the bench in the ball game. Free throw up and in for Anna Hager, who's having her best game of the season at just the right time. Make it 17 points. Should say 18. Snotherly not able to keep up there, but the pass off happened anyway. Now Beans from the mid-range misses everything. Snotherly, who's thrived at times in transition today, as Abilo slowed her down that time, but lost Hager, and Hager makes College of Charleston pay. 5 of 7 now from 3. 21 for Hager. A 15-point lead here. And Taryn Barbeau way off target trying to answer. The save, though, on the baseline, and another look for the Cougars. They need to maximize their possessions now. Barbeau splitting 2 defenders will go to the line. You're used to seeing Barbeau score the basketball for College of Charleston. She's at her average of 22 points, but she's needed 22 shots to get there so far. 2 of 2 from the line today. And has one more coming. Danielle McTeer looking to check in. After the second free throw also up and in, she will for Ezabilo. College of Charleston has not created much havoc in the backcourt today. Big reason why. HBU with good, smart ball handling. Snotherly gets it back from Hager. Nesson was open on the cut instead. The reversal to the corner. The 3, no. Gertis a good look, but a rebound by Neslin. Snotherly dishing down low. Might have thought better to shoot that one, as McTeer came up with the loose ball. Now guess who to the races? No for Barbeau. The putback will go for College of Charleston, though, as McTeer with the finish. Still work to do for the Panthers to try to go 2-0 in this event. And College of Charleston trying to avoid their first loss. Needs a spark, particularly on the defensive end here. Gertis overhead to Hager. She'll launch again. She's on fire. Anna Hager on a heater. 24 points and 6 from downtown. The difference maker in this contest for HBU. The attempt at the answer is pure from the corner. And a timeout called before the inbound by College of Charleston after Rollin hits her second three. 4:04 to go, and High Point in a winning position. College of Charleston trying to rally, down 11 at the Big Easy Classic. Final game of the event will be at 2:30 when Louisiana's Raging Cajuns take on the Fresno State Bulldogs. The Bulldogs looking to go 2-0 in the event. Collins back out there helping deal with the trapping pressure, and the result, another HBU three. They are 5 of 7 from deep, and Macy Spencer, who hit 9 in the win Thursday, combining with Anna Hager to hit 10 three-pointers as Taryn Barbeau goes to work off the dribble. Now up to 26 points, but her team in a 12-point hole. As long as HBU keeps knocking down open jumpers, they should take care of business. And the clock their friend as well. I'm surprised Hager didn't pull the trigger. She'll drive instead, draw the foul though. Sometimes it's your day and all your decisions are the right one. It'll go on McTeer. Just a second foul of the quarter on College of Charleston. And Hager, amongst other things, 2 of 2 at the line today. Has 8 rebounds as well. And she's got to be feeling pretty good about life right now, the way she's played. Also a block shot to her credit, but misses her first. Able to swish the second. And plenty of purple at midcourt, enjoying the way this one's going. Panther purple with their team up 13. The pass out, Tugas misses the three. Hustle rebound near the sideline by McTeer. '50th rebound of the game, a 13-point edge for the Cougars, but not a lot else is going right as they turn it over. heat check maybe there on that three-point attempt by Hager, and I'm sure the bench would have liked to see more clock run. Other ways, a brick off the glass from deep. Collins weaving through traffic with 2:30 to go. And we'll see if High Point takes a little bit more time on this possession. As Snotherly left wide open, knowing the assignment. Lurking in the corner now as Spencer looks for Hager in the corner. Quickly to Nestlin. Nestlin with 7 to shoot. Collins standing out there, left all alone. A big mistake by Tugas and the Cougars. The 3-ball winning this game for HBU. The pull-up, and Beans able to come up with their second bucket. And the timeout called by the Cougars bench with 1:46 remaining. I mean, it's not a surprise here as HBU simply shot the ball better today. 64% in the quarter, and 6 of their 7 makes have come from behind the arc. Just 40% shooting on the day, but compared to 31 for College of Charleston, easy to see why the advantage is a big one. And we mentioned the idea of College of Charleston being good at forcing turnovers. HBU with just 1 turnover here in the second half, and a big chunk of that time was with Aaliyah Collins, a superb point guard for the Panthers, on the bench in foul trouble. It hasn't mattered. HBU's been very decisive in transition as well. Taryn Barbeau, though, is superb. She'll certainly have better shooting days than this, but still has come up with a double-double, 26 points and 11 rebounds. And we wondered if one team having a day off and the other not would have any effect on this game. Well, the team that played yesterday is rolling. And they shot it well in this gym last night, and it has carried over. Really, it was Macy Spencer doing a lot of that damage, but 14 made threes yesterday for High Point, 9 by Spencer, 11 and counting today, and really sharp shooting happening in the second half. Patience by the Panthers. Nestlin, now Collins. She won't be left alone again. She'll look to drive, though, and guess who? The rebound, Hager. The turnaround, though, won't go. Hager a board away from a double-double, though. The star woman of the game, to be sure, as the clock tips towards a minute. Beans passes out from the double. And another 3 by Annalise Rowland, who's had a nice second half. And her best shooting game of the season, give her 9 points, all from deep. But with an 11-point lead, the Cougars know their goose, or in this case, during the Thanksgiving weekend, their turkey is cooked. Collins allowed to run down the clock. As High Point about to go 7-1 on the year and get their second straight win on a neutral floor and hand the Cougars their first loss. You expected that 3 to go in the way things have been going, but Spencer missing. Maybe the last attack of the ball game. Beans on the baseline. The 17-footer, no. Spencer, the rebound. And maybe frustration there by Taryn Barbeau. Just the 3rd team foul of the period on College of Charleston, so we may see High Point be allowed here just to run out the clock once they get across the timeline. 25 points for Anna Hager. Macy Spencer with 16. And when she's been out there, Aaliyah Collins has made things happen with 11 points and 6 assists. And I think that frustration leading to us needing to look at the monitor to see if a flagrant foul needs to be called. Taylor Barbeau came out of this game around the 6-minute mark. After going just 5 of 20, again, she repeatedly driving into the paint. Could not get most of those shots to fall. But it's a marathon, not a sprint. And College of Charleston will take this as a learning experience. Toughest game before this against a really good mid-major in Quinnipiac. The result, a 75-71 win. These are the type of contests why teams want to play in MTEs and wind up playing quality competition that gets you ready come March. You're trying to win the conference tournament and get to the big dance. Both of these teams more than capable of doing that. And again, you salute these quality head coaches. Chelsea Banbury and her squad going for a 4th regular season conference title in the Big South in 6 seasons. And the CAA has a mid-major nationally ranked power on their hands in College of Charleston despite this defeat. Last year's team won 25 games. And also knocked off Big Ten Northwestern in an MTE. Our officials for this one, and again, these are the important moments despite what the score is, that they want to get right to make sure that there's safety and clean play in the game. Nicole Murray, Eric Koch, and Kelly Johnson. Then the final game of this event coming up in about an hour. 2:30 tip-off. University of Louisiana's Raging Cajuns and the Fresno State Bulldogs. We want to credit the great work of World Sports Travel for putting on this event here at the Alario Center in the New Orleans suburbs for a 2nd straight year. Hoping that it can be a long-term, quality, neutral site event in women's college basketball on the Division I level. Sally Gordon, the owner of World Sports Travel, having us over at Crescent City Sports, Lenny Van Gelder, myself, Matt Merritt doing the producing for these games. It's a good way for Matt Merritt to burn off all those calories from a big Thanksgiving meal. He'd just be lying on the couch watching random sporting events, you know. We got to keep him able to pay his bills, his debts. I don't know. I don't really want to know. He'll be handling the production for the 5th and final game as well. Emmanuel Peppis will have the call of the Cajuns and the Bulldogs. And nothing doing on the flagrant side. That's good to see and hear. And now HP will work it in. College of Charleston will still pressure a bit, but once Collins gets it across the timeline, that ought to do it. And she does, and it will. 2-0 for HPU in the Big Easy Classic. And a 7-1 mark, and College of Charleston suffers their first defeat of the season. Impressive victory for the Panthers in purple, and their fans and their flag out in force to celebrate this one in a city known for celebration. Anna Hager, the star performer, the native of Sweden, 25 points and 9 rebounds. And Taryn Barbeau with 26 and 11 respectively in those categories, going the distance for 40 minutes today for the Cougars. Again, I'm Jude Young. Thank you so much for joining us. One more game to go, live and free, of course, on YouTube for our Crescent City Sports production team. Once again, your final score, High Point 70, College of Charleston 59. One game to go in the 2025 Big Easy Classic.